first time we've had protests. There's usually a time when it gets, when people start feeling a bit helpless, a bit powerless. And, this happens a lot. You start feeling like, is this actually yielding results? At first, when you're pushing for it and you see a lot of people pushed for it, I don't know if you know the iconic picture of the protest where you can see, you can see thousands of people gathered on the streets to fight for a cause, of course, that is very important to our country. And of course, during this time, everything...
Could it be a connection issue? Because I can see the mic is open, but I can't hear any sound.
Okay, I think... Can everyone hear me?
I can hear you, Kirago. I can also hear you. So, I don't know, maybe it's on your end.
Yeah, I think it's breaking on our end. I'm not too sure.
Yeah. But Kirago, you can go on.
Yeah. So essentially, like, you can imagine we're coming from this charged space where we feel like our grievances are actually, big. Like, people are actually addressing the grievances that we have. So that sort of thing. And I think with the cabinet being fired, people, there's sort of like a crash in energy, and then everything from that point where there has been a bit shaky, or at least from how I'm viewing things, and the energy has dwindled a bit. And I feel like now it's taken from, imagine you had a very high where you thought, okay, now we're doing this thing, and we're making a lot of progress. And then the next thing is we have to realize that this is not by the just something that is going to continue for a month or for 2 months, because I think fighting for Kenya is a constant thing, because this is not just about our present, this is about our future, not just for us, for the next generation and the next generation after that. And of course, this is a process that's going to take a bit of time. And I feel even the crash that is coming right now, it's not just, it's not a sign that everything is just going to come to a close. Because I feel like, especially when you're talking to the older generation, where they're like, okay, you aired out your grievances, the government is listen to the president, stuff like that. I think that also has caused this sort of situation that we're feeling currently, where people stop posting, people stop talking about it as much, we get sidetracked. I feel like this part of the revolution is this is also part of the revolution as well. It's just how we're able to move forward. And not, by the way, the situation that we're in right now is very delicate, actually. What we keep seeing day in, day out, people being abducted, people being shot at, the constitution being infringed multiple times by multiple sectors of the government. I think that sort of hopelessness is creeping in again. And that would be the cause of why you feel, okay, there was a manic episode and now it's a sort of depressive episode, where people are like, okay, let's be realistic. You can see some bloggers or some accounts saying, okay, the government is corrupt from the ground up. There's no way we can be able to dismantle this and actually make something meaningful out of it. So I think this is sort of place that we're at right now, where it's like, okay, you had the high of starting the protest and doing something, very big, getting international recognition for the cause that we're fighting for. But now, okay, how do we proceed from this point? We started it, but now how do we proceed? I think we're in that transitionary phase of figuring out, okay, what are the next steps? How are we going to keep protesting every week? If we protest every week, like, are there going to be results? Is the president going to resign? Is the cabinet that's going to be chosen for the next cabinet going to be people who are meaningful and who care for the country? I think that's the sort of phase that we're in right now. And that's why, in a nutshell, that's why I think people are feeling like that at the moment. It's that what people call you're trying to be realistic, quote unquote. And I feel like we still don't know how to navigate it because, of course, as I started, it is a very sort of delicate situation that we're in. You know, people are thwarting the course, right, left, center. So many things are happening at the same time. You know, there's a lot of information that is, you know, being sent to people, a lot of sharing of ideas that some are meaningful, some are not meaningful. So I think the situation that we're in right now is what is causing that sort of feeling in people. Yeah, and I don't want to take up too much time. So I think that's just my thoughts on what is going on in the country.